A business idea, no matter how brilliant, can quickly be buried without strategic direction. In the fiercely competitive startup world, 90% of businesses fail to make it past the 5th year. Not because of a lack of passion, but because of the absence of a clear, realistic, and actionable plan. A proper business plan not only sketches out dreams, but also charts the path to success. It is the solid foundation that transforms risks into opportunities and goals into results. Without a plan, every effort is just a blind step forward. Behind every failed deal lies a plan that was never written, or was written carelessly just for form's sake. It's not that the market is too harsh, but that the preparation is too shallow. Now is the time to unveil the core steps where every solid strategy begins, and where most failures have silently taken root. Part 1. Defining the business vision. A vision is not a fancy slogan. It is the compass that defines the existence and direction of the entire business. It is the deeper reason why you started, the internal flame that keeps you going through adversity. When the market environment changes, the vision is the anchor that holds the core essence in place rather than being swept away by short-term trends. A business plan cannot begin without a clearly outlined vision. It is the backbone upon which all subsequent steps are logically built. Writing the vision on paper is the act of birthing strategic energy. It transforms scattered thoughts into a clear picture that inspires the whole team. When employees, partners, and even customers see a clear vision, they have a reason to believe and join the journey. A vision aligns everyone towards a common goal, eliminating operational dissonance. It is the leading banner throughout the journey. Without a written vision, the business will drift among countless undirected options. A vision doesn't just exist in the startup phase. It must be reinforced throughout the business lifecycle. It is the anchor that prevents you from losing your original ideals when faced with short-term temptations like instant profits or uncontrolled expansion. A business with a vision will firmly say no to unfitting opportunities. This creates focus, helping to maintain differentiation and long-term brand appeal. A strong vision is a powerful long-term competitive weapon. Running a business is a series of daily decisions. Without a vision, every decision becomes a reactive, passive action with no point of reference. With a clear vision, even the smallest decisions align with long-term goals. This creates strategic consistency, helping you stay on track even when progress is slow. Writing a vision is the act of turning passion into actionable direction. It is not just the start of a business plan, it is the foundation of sustainability. Part 2. Setting short, medium, and long-term goals. A plan without specific goals is like a map with no destination. Dividing goals into 3 levels, short, medium, and long-term, helps the business progress steadily, measure its journey, and maintain motivation. Short-term goals, within 12 months, kick off action and produce early results to fuel morale. Without clear goals, efforts scatter, extend timelines, and deplete resources. Turn your vision into a journey of concrete milestones. Medium-term goals, 2 to 3 years, serve as a bridge between the beginning and the larger picture. This is when a business begins to expand, optimize operations, and establish its market position. At this stage, you must define key growth benchmarks: minimum revenue, customer reach, cost-revenue ratio. Medium-term goals require tight coordination between product strategy, marketing, and finance. When drafting a business plan, you must show the logical progression between each goal level, from initial steps to the desired ecosystem. Long-term goals, beyond 5 years, are the crystallization of strategic vision and realistic ambition. This is when you ask big questions. Who will this business become in the industry, and what value will stand the test of time? Long-term goals must be groundbreaking, aiming for sustainable growth, expanded market share, or customer mindshare. These could include going public, building passive income streams, or replicating the model. Without long-term goals, businesses fall into repetition and stagnation. Writing business goals is not about gut-based estimates, but clearly defined, quantifiable descriptions. How much revenue, how many customers, what percentage of growth. You need to define measurable and actionable goals, not vague dreams. This becomes your basis for tracking progress, adjusting tactics, and evaluating performance at each stage. Remember, a goal that can't be measured can't be managed, and what's not managed can't be grown. Part 3. Defining your USP, unique selling proposition. In a market full of options, you must answer a critical question. Why should customers choose you? That answer is your USP, unique selling proposition, the unique, irreplaceable value you offer. A USP doesn't have to be cutting-edge tech or the lowest price. It could be dedicated after-sales service, personalized refinement, or absolute reliability. If you can't identify your USP, customers won't either. And then you'll dissolve into the crowd. Your USP is the foundation for building an attractive brand. When you clarify the added value customers receive, you build trust and enduring buying reasons. A clear USP helps your product service bypass price comparisons, escape the cheapest wins war, and enter the realm of emotional choice. In your business plan, highlight what makes your customers feel valued, understood, and delighted beyond expectations. Being different doesn't automatically mean valuable. The USP only matters if it solves a real problem or fulfills an unmet need. It might be a speedy return policy the market lacks, or a post-purchase support method competitors fail at. A successful USP is memorable, communicable, and creates lasting advantage. Stating your USP clearly in your business plan asserts your desired position in the customer's mind. Once your USP is defined, protect and grow it as a strategic asset. All marketing, communication, and customer care activities should revolve around and reinforce the USP. If your USP is not repeated throughout the customer journey, it loses its effect. A strong USP is consistent, from the introduction through the purchase experience to after-service feedback. In your business plan, your USP cannot be a side detail. It must be at the center of every decision. Part 4. Market Analysis. Deep understanding for precise execution. There's one truth every entrepreneur must face. Your idea is never truly unique. The market may already have several players doing similar things. But don't let that stop you. The question isn't who did it first, but who does it better, more accurately, and understands the market deeper. Understanding the market goes beyond knowing how many competitors exist. It's about grasping industry trends, purchasing behaviors, demand fluctuations, and competitive limits. This is the vital data zone that enables timely and accurate decisions. Market analysis helps you move away from emotional decisions. You need to know how vast the playing field is, who the key players are, and what consumers really want. Metrics like industry size, annual growth rate, average profitability, and the number of similar businesses help you assess the viability and scalability of your model. Not understanding the market is why many startups fail, even with decent products. When writing a business plan, market analysis must be in-depth and practical. It shouldn't stop at numbers. You must demonstrate your grasp of the unwritten rules of the industry, which distribution channels dominate, how buying behaviors are shifting, and which factors are causing disruption. You must prove that your business can adapt to market turbulence and seize opportunities better than competitors. A business owner can't lead effectively without a full view of the battlefield. Part 5. Defining target customers. Know your buyer to win. No business survives without customers, and no product endures without understanding the people who buy it. Understanding your customer isn't about guessing, it's purposeful research. You need to know exactly who they are, how old they are, where they live, what they do, when they buy, and what drives their decisions. You can't rely solely on intuition or assumptions. A business plan is only credible if it includes a clear and specific customer profile. Only by knowing your customer can you create a product they can't resist. In today's market, customers have too many choices. That's why if you don't clearly define your target audience, you'll waste resources trying to please everyone and end up pleasing no one. Identifying your ideal customer lets you focus on the most valuable segment. From there, you can tailor your message, channels, pricing, and service to meet their expectations. Not every product needs to appeal to everyone. Selection is a strategy, not a limitation. To understand your customer, put yourself in their shoes. What excites them? What frustrates them? Why do they choose product A over product B? These aren't rhetorical questions. They are keys to unlocking behavioral insights, the drivers of conversion. Observe how they search, shop, share, and evaluate. Customers won't clearly state what they want, but they always leave traces in their behavior. Your job is to read the silent language and respond with experiences that make them say yes. A successful business plan must state not only who your customers are, but also why they will buy. This mindset helps you design a seamless customer journey, from brand discovery to loyal advocacy. Go beyond demographic descriptions. Understand the motivations, desires, and pain points your product solves. Without emotional connection, customers will easily leave you for cheaper alternatives. Know them. That's how you keep them. Part 6. Demand research. Don't sell what no one wants. Before pouring money, building a brand, or even designing a product, ask this: does anyone truly want to buy this? Without a solid answer, everything else is meaningless. No matter how amazing your product is, if there's insufficient real demand, your business will die in the cradle. Don't guess. Don't rely on feelings. Validate through data, surveys, and behavioral observation. Business isn't about showcasing your ego. It's the art of meeting others' needs. To research demand, you have two paths: secondary and primary. Secondary research involves gathering available information, industry reports, market stats, government data. This provides a big picture view. But the real power lies in primary research, where you engage directly with target customers. Ask, listen, and record honest feedback. Don't hesitate to visit markets, make calls, or create surveys. Reach out as early as possible. When you understand what they really want, hate, and lack, you can create products they're eager to pay for. Don't let excitement skip validation. Don't blindly chase illusions just because you believe in your product. Successful businesses don't come from subjective faith, they stem from objective data. Be honest. If demand isn't big enough, adjust or change direction. Writing a business plan is about eliminating risk, not painting a fantasy. Demand research is the gold sifting stage, helping you distinguish true opportunities from artificial glimmers. Part 7. Setting marketing objectives. Measure your reach. Marketing is not about juggling beautiful messages. It's a tool to achieve specific business goals. And to hit those goals, you need to know exactly where you're aiming. Marketing objectives must be clear, measurable, and tied to performance indicators. How many products need to be sold in the first quarter? What's the conversion rate from interest to paying customers? What is each customer's lifetime value? These are not arbitrary numbers. They are the compass to guide your campaigns, adjust your messaging, and allocate resources accurately. A top-tier business plan cannot lack sharp marketing objectives. This is where you define your product pricing, distribution strategy, reach, communication methods, and expected profit margin. Every goal must come with an execution reality check. Does your team have the capability? Is your distribution broad enough? Is your budget sufficient to sustain the campaign? Goals aren't just dreams on paper, they're action commitments. If you don't set the right goals, your entire marketing strategy becomes a waste. Part 8. Specific marketing strategy, bringing the product to market. Marketing strategy is the bridge between the product and the customer. It can't stop at, we want to sell a lot. It must answer precisely, what are we selling, to whom, how, through which channels, with what budget? This is the transition from thinking to doing. When you know exactly what product to sell, at what price, in which area, on which platform, you can launch effective campaigns. Every detail must be thoughtfully considered, from imagery and messaging to launch timing. Marketing leaves no room for impulse. It requires strategic discipline. An effective marketing strategy doesn't just grab attention, it converts that attention into action. You need to specify the required output, the ideal customer segment to reach, the desired conversion rate, and the budget per channel. From Facebook ads and Google search to offline events, each channel must play a defined role in the customer journey. A solid marketing plan doesn't just say we'll advertise, it answers how we'll sell, where, and how fast. This section reflects the practical mindset in your business plan. A sound marketing strategy must be flexible enough to adapt to market changes while maintaining core consistency. Don't be vague, don't be generic. Every detail in your marketing strategy must connect to your objectives, execution capability, and market response. If you don't control your marketing campaign, the market will control you, and that's the beginning of failure. Part 9. Action. Turning plans into reality. No matter how perfect, a business plan is still theory without action. This is the line between dreamers and real entrepreneurs. You can spend months writing your plan, but success depends on the day you dare to start. Action doesn't require everything to be perfect. It requires commitment to move forward. Each step you take validates your assumptions, optimizes strategies, and builds real-world experience. Waiting for perfection only leads to endless delays. If during implementation you realize the plan doesn't fit, that's not failure, it's valuable data. Every plan needs adjustment when it meets reality. What matters is that you don't stand still. Every first customer, every small order, every piece of negative feedback is a puzzle piece to refine your model. Act continuously, flexibly, and without fear of being wrong. Success doesn't come from certainty, it comes from adaptability. The plan opens the path, but action is the road. Some business plans are beautifully written, filled with metrics and flawless analysis, yet still end in bankruptcy. Meanwhile, other models start with a few bullet points and quietly dominate the market. So what really makes the difference? Not the length of the document, nor the flashy projections, but disciplined thinking and speed of execution. A plan isn't a protective shield, it's a blade that cuts through chaos. If you can't turn the plan into actionable steps, it remains an unfulfilled promise. When time and opportunity wait for no one, only two choices remain. Start or be left behind. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.